Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Issue 82 from Combat Patrol magazine, our part 2 of 2 on Lord Juggernaut. Final part there of his sprue and his base. So on the front cover, there he is, painted up in his glory, and we can see the World Eaters here getting into some sort of altercation with someone. So 82, let's move on. How to paint our Lord on Juggernaut. We're talking about sticky tack replacement there, replacement even. So it's like how it has been with a couple of the other models where you obviously don't glue it all together, give it a bit of a paint first, then finish the assembly. So we're starting us off with a bit of lead belcher for our Juggernaut, Methstone Red Retributive armor for the trim, and also the trim for our Lord as well from the World Eaters. And then we go into our shades there. Squig Orange, more highlights there. Soho Silver, Wild Rider Red, Mistram Grey, Mechanic Standard Grey, Pallywitch Flesh, and Uruk Flesh. So, how to glue together your sub assemblies. And then there you go. Work complete. Our Lord on Juggernaut is done and ready for the tabletop. And then we move on. Reed. I think that is World Eaters 02. So, led by Demon Prince, the World Eaters and their followers charge ahead. Pretty much majority of the models that we're actually getting, apart from, I think that's a lot of Executioners, and I'll see the Demon Prince there. So I'll leave that there. Anyone wants to have a little gander and a read? And then we will push on. Move my hand out the way first. There we go. Obviously you can pause and read to your heart's content. So, Tide of Slaughter. So, more of a read. I'll leave that there. Berserker Charge. With some 8 pound there. Blessings of the Blood God. And then more lore there. And then we'll move on. Some units that you might find in the World Eaters. The Cornate Demon, some of the darkest and most deprived elements of the World Eaters from war bands alongside demons. These groups combine their strengths to make an eternal force of death and destruction that sweeps aside any opposition with ease, while some simple serve alongside their demonic counterparts. Others become one with them, suffering possession by one or more entities who run their minds, bodies, but enhance their strength and ferocity, making them an even more deadly foe. So a lot of skulls there. And our Juggernauts. Moving on to Read O Fiction 21, Relic. So I'll just slowly take the time there. Anyone wants to have a read of that, and we'll push on. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video. Let's go. A couple more pages here. And there as well. Some Necrons on your page. I feel like I was going a bit too quick there on that one. And even more lore here. And then we will push on, my friends. So, scenario 50, the Skull Taker, with Lord and Juggernaut. So I'm going to read. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. I want us to have a look. There's the mini there, all painted, ready to go. How to play, a deployment, and how to win. Set up your battle mats like this before you begin. And then, as we can see, Northern Juggernauts there. So, extra attacks reminder, lance reminder, and then the battle never ends. And then our enemy stages from 1 to 8 with all the different units. There's our stage table. Once blades are drawn, blood must flow, and death shall be dealt for the Lord of Rage. And there you go. Skull tally. And then our last in a page, which was the same as the last issue. And then look forward, 83 and 84. Again, 2 parts. And then it gives us our Jackals. We talk about the Arcs of Omen. And campaign continues. So thank you all very much for watching. I do apologise, this video was very, very late. And you guys have probably seen other previews of this magazine. However, next 4 issues will be coming very, very soon. And then we can continue. And then we'll also get some painted minis out. And then, yeah, thank you all for watching. You're an absolute joy. And I really do appreciate it. So take care for now. And I'll see you all very soon next video. Bye for now.